itself. Incredible hypocrisy. Now, in other news, speaking of uncloaking, Glenn Beck, as I predicted, met with Zuckerberg and badmouthed other conservatives and agreed that they need to be censored, basically, because of all of the evil. That's mainstream news. And Breitbart asked, is he angling for a PR position at Facebook? He's always been a hardcore agent of the left. That's why he uses Christian terminology to manipulate conservatives. He is the definition of Judas Iscariot. He is the Judas goat. Glenn Beck defends Mark Zuckerberg, attacks conservatives. Infowars.com has the report. When we come back, though, the poster man, there he is, the god of Salon, the god of the so-called left. The more deviant, the more sick, they're into it. A king, spokesman for the love of your children. Yeah, they love them. They're coming for them. And Google honors Maoist who admired Osama bin Laden. They're busy being lectured by Salon now on a daily basis almost, promoting pedophilia and grown men lusting after your 5-year-old daughter. And the UN is trying to legalize pedophilia worldwide with NAMBLA as an NGO. I'm here to tell you, we have to start valuing our lives again, valuing our children again, and valuing real communication, where we don't just sit there and look at Twitter and Facebook all day and pretend we have lives, but where we actually get conscious. Now, we've got our reporters following Trump on the road, and I saw this video last night on Infowars.com. It's amazing footage. And it's the top story on DrudgeReport.com on the upper right-hand side. We'll be playing that video and breaking it down and getting our reporters on today. Even if we got to bump folks, our reporters come first. We're so humble here at InfoWars, we could literally have space aliens landing in Washington, D.C., shaking hands with the president. It would not be posted. It would not be covered. It would not be discussed. But we're changing that culture and realizing how important the work is our people do. And I appreciate Drudge helping us realize that as he tells other independent media, realize we are the new media. We're challenging these people. Angry mob surrounds Trump supporter. The woman had a lot of courage. And then below it, boxer feared for her life at anti-Dem gathering. And she goes on to say, thank God she had armed security. So she is such an incredible hypocrite on so many fronts that she wants your guns. But before we go any further, since I mentioned it, let's go to the horrifying video. Salon romanticizes pedophile. This is an Infowars.com story. Salon romanticizes pedophile masturbating over a 5-year-old girl. I'm sorry I have to talk like this. This is what's going on in America. Leftist news outlet plays dreamy footage of child as pedophile discusses sick fantasy. Unless you think we're spinning this, here's their own headline. I'm a pedophile, but I'm not a monster. And then in his new article and new videos, Todd Nickerson, well, that just sounds like a pedo name out of Central Casting. He comes out and just salivates as they mainline, we're people too, be tolerant of us. Next, it'll be, let us teach your kids how we, want them to live. Let us teach your kids about sexuality, which the schools are already doing. Across America, state officials are rebelling, how dare them, against Obama's transgender bathroom decree. And here's the big one. Charlotte Observer, that's the big newspaper. Girls must overcome, quote, discomfort at seeing male genitals in the locker room as they integrate the showers all over the country. This is the mainlining of pedophilia, ladies and gentlemen. Period. And why not? We're such a broke-back nation. We put up with anything. We love to lay down. We love to conform. We think it's liberal to have them jacking with children's sexuality. We think it's liberal to be overrun by scientists who know exactly what they're doing. We're going to go to break and come back and play this clip. But you know what? Humanity's going to get hit by even worse plagues. Superbugs would kill every 3 seconds by 2050, reports suggest. Fox News. And speaking of the degeneracy of the death cult that calls themselves leftist. Google honors Maoist who admired Osama bin Laden. Well, forget admiring bin Laden. How about admiring the greatest mass murderer in history? This lady, you always see her in famous 60s and 70s videos. Yuri Koichiyama. Oh, yeah, she wants the re-education camps, everything. It's her birthday, so they put a sign up saying equality, and the Mao Brigade that comes out and physically attacks us when we protest at abortion clinics, they've got her picture all over their websites. They just love her. They just love her. And all their dreams of bloody takeovers. But too bad our founders had a Second Amendment. So it's not going to be so easy here as it was in China and Russia and everywhere else you people been to fill up your fat little tick bellies full of blood as you circle around like demonic buzzards defending the temples that you call Planned Parenthood eugenics facilities. We're going to go to break. By the way, we're running a special that kicks off today through the weekend. It's very easy to get 50% off on the Come and Take It shirt and the Hillary for Prison best-selling shirt. 50% off, $9.95 for these shirts, printed right here in America. When you sign up at Infowars.com/newsletter, just put in your email there, and we will send you along with clips, videos, articles, reports, a promo code today and throughout the weekend on the emails, the promo code for 50% off on those T-shirts. I came into that segment, and I got angry looking at that guy. And I'm telling you, we need to have the spirit of awakening and getting out of our trance now. Now is the time. Hear those war drums. Get me ready. The sleeping giant needs to awaken. Oh, now they just made him lean forward into the video. You guys make me have a heart attack. I'm talking about, I'm a pedophile, is what he says. And he just is the archetype creep out of nightmares that creeps. Oh, my God. And we're so weak. We're in such a trance now that the enemy has crawled up out of the sewer. Literal vampire pot-bellied goblins are hobbling around coming after us. I'm not against you if you got a pot belly. I'm just saying we always have a pot belly. I had a pot belly until I got in shape. And I'm going to get to that and then all the other news. It just makes me so angry. The article's up on Infowars.com. And this is what Salon, loved by the left, loved by the White House. I am so honored that Salon attacks me almost every day of the year and twists what we say and lies about us and has even called for me to be shut down or arrested. Well, of course you want to arrest me. I don't promote people that want 5-year-old girls. I don't promote the Saudi Arabian government either, or Hillary, who protects Bill from all the rape allegations and gives him left cover. But who is the left? They're a bunch of spoiled, rotten, mentally ill people that want to be destroyed. That's what decadence brings. It just brings people that want to be destroyed. Until they're actually being destroyed, then they'll scream. They don't have the moral high ground. They have nothing. These are the parasite controllers now crawling up out of the pit of hell, telling us they want our children. It's not enough to abort most of our children, not enough to sell their body parts, not enough. In fact, I forgot to cover this. I covered it some yesterday in a Facebook mentions, but I didn't cover it on air. Can I have the NPR article about, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They're splicing humans with animals now at laboratories. Oh my gosh, give NPR a Pulitzer Prize. You know what's even more blasphemous than some potbelly pedophile going after your 5-year-old? It is splicing humans with animals and then saying they have no rights. So that's coming up. But here. A video posted on Salon's Facebook page shows a leftist news organization, resident pedophile, Todd Nickerson. You can't make up a name like that. That is exactly what you'd expect the name to be. Todd Nickerson. That's what Stephen King would write. A pedophile's name would be Todd Nickerson, explaining how he masturbated over a 5-year-old girl while romanticizing video footage of a child is used to illustrate his sick fantasy. Nickerson first rose to prominence when Salon gave him a platform. They're not just doing this for attention, folks. They do this because it's a sacrament to them, your children. To explain how lusting after children was merely an alternative sexual orientation, close quote, that people should understand and be supportive towards pedophiles. When conservatives dared to express skepticism towards the premise, Nickerson immediately claimed to be a victim of right-wing hate machine in an article entitled, "I'm a pedophile, you're the monsters." And notice the state says, we're going to give your children vaccines without your consent. We're going to have abortions without consent. We're going to take them for sexual training without consent. This is all pedophile induction. Understand? And it's time to tell the left, you're not the left. You're monsters. And people they've bullied into supporting them, you're trash, you're parasites, you're scum. We don't go with anything you tell us anymore. Here's another one. Charlotte Observer. This is a mainstream newspaper. Girls must overcome discomfort, this is a quote, at seeing male genitals in the locker room. People think I'm joking when I get on air and read mainstream news where as girls as young now as the 6th grade are having boys put in the showers with them and vice versa. Man, when I was in 6th grade in sports, you know, up until 5th grade, you didn't take showers and stuff when you were in elementary. Then in 6th grade, you're in there and you go and take showers. And it's a little, you know, weird to, you know, be in there, but you get over it. But now it's little girls. And they do this openly to test and see what you'll do. I remember like 20 years ago in Kansas and other areas, under federal grants, they would put cameras in the girls' showers and boys' showers of middle school kids, and parents would come and freak out to be on the news. And then it turned out the cameras were hooked into law enforcement databases in D.C. The feds are just looking for what kids they want to grab. Because at the top, folks, the FBI, the CIA, the Congress, it's run by pedophiles. Most of the people you see in top positions and top pundits, you need to understand, they don't just rape children, they murder children. And look at how much of the murders come out. And Jimmy Savile and the death and the bodies found in the royal family's palaces and all the dead bodies with the elites here. Folks, raping kids is just the start. They kill them. Satan groups, satanic groups will have women that stay behind closed doors and get pregnant, and then, you know, they have babies to kill them as well. I mean, this is who these people are, and they're now coming out in the open. Oh, so a shocking editorial in the Charlotte Observer counsel girls to, quote, get over the discomfort they feel at the sight of male genitals when transgender facilities are allowed in North Carolina. And then it goes on to say they will have people with genitals, penises, in there with them. And, of course, you knew this was coming, and I'm going to get to the pedo video. Somehow this all just is in the same file here at the office. Glenn Beck defends Mark Zuckerberg, attacks conservatives. It's unclear if he's gunning for the role in their PR department in the wake of the Blaze's financial difficulties, but even if it isn't, it's hard to tell the difference. Well, Brzezinski wrote about this in the Technotronic era in 1974, and this is what Zuckerberg met with the communist Chinese leaders more than 15 times, including their top censor twice in the last 2 years. You will still have conservatives. You will still have Christians. In China, they still have conservative websites. They still have Christian websites, but they're state-controlled with state messages, and only a few are allowed. And he is there gunning at the meeting. And I said this last week, and I said this week. Go back. I told you he would come out prostrating himself, lying down on his little snake belly, rubbing his little pot belly on the ground, and he will sit there and come out and go, you know, Zuckerberg's got to control stuff that's fake news and hateful and bad stuff, and there's a lot of extremism, and I agree with it. Remember, he's the guy, when he was on CNN, saying arrest Ron Paul supporters because they want to bomb the government with a money bomb. Years after money bombs were well known, that was just a fundraising tactic. And you know, saying I'm dangerous and I'm bad and all this stuff. Folks, he's been an operative all along. His job was to kamikaze the liberty movement. His job was to come in like a political suicide bomber and blow us up. But now we've been alerted to it, shot him out the airlock like the alien species to liberty he is, and he's attached with sucker cups to the front of the ship trying to blow the airlock and take us out. He's got to be dealt with, folks, just like in the first movie, The Alien. Got to blast him out into space, suck him into the engines, and burn him up. And I don't mean that literally. I wish no harm against this operative. He should be a museum piece someday. But he's activated, he's coming for us, and his main mission was take me down, as you know. He failed. by the grace of God. Thank you, Lord. But it was rough. He did a lot of stuff behind the scenes.